Hey, what's going on? It's LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Today I'm going to talk to you about the recap of what unfortunately happened with the submarine. I was hoping in the previous video, by the way, thank you all for watching. I was hoping in the previous video that it would end well. I didn't want it to end in the way that I'm about to announce. Many of you already know. However, the ones who join us on our platform want to hear it from our point of view, from my point of view. So, unfortunately, the guys in their submarine did not make it. I saw the news through my email by way of 11 Alive News. And the article reads by way of 11 Alive News: Sub-implosion. A Titanic expert and adventurer, a CEO and father and son. Submarine implosion killed a Titanic expert and adventurer, a CEO and father and son. Coast Guard officials said Thursday they've noticed the families of the crew of the Titan, which had been missing for several days. Author is by Associated Press, published 4:18 Pacific PM EDT time, June 22nd, 2023, updated at 6:26 p.m. EDT time, and also on June 22nd, 2023. Washington, a renowned Titanic expert, a world record holding adventurer, two members of one of the Pakistan's wealthiest families, and the CEO of the company, leading an expedition to the world's most famous shipwreck, which is the Titanic, were killed when a small submersible suffered a, quote, catastrophic implosion, end quote, in the Atlantic Ocean. Now, the title alone in this 11 Alive News article was a mouthful, and I was kind of confused in the title because, once again, the title says Sub-implosion, passed away, a Titanic expert, comma, an adventurer, comma, a CEO, comma, and the father and the son. When I read it over and over in my mind and out loud to you all, it seems like in this article they're only talking about one person. But knowing the fact that there was more than one male in the submarine, I just dismiss the wordage. And so I don't know, honestly, if they're talking about describing one person who was multi-talented, or if they're mentioning each person who passed away in the title. I wanted to also look up, for my validation, implosion, because that doesn't sound like a good word. I typed in the word implosion in Google, and right away at the top of the key, NBCnews.com came up, and it said, what is an implosion, comma, and what would it have been like for the ... 16 hours ago, this article was written and or updated. It says the Titan submersible was so deep, experts said, that the forces behind the catastrophic implosion would have been equivalent to the weight of the Eiffel Tower. Oh my gosh. See, my husband and I were talking about the simple fact that all of the pressure going into the water alone would have been a deterrent for me not to want to go down there. But that's my opinion. It's just that simple fact. Oh, that's pretty bad. So I simply wanted to look up the word implosion, and the dictionary by way of Oxford says implosion is a noun, an instance of something collapsing violently inward. The star undergoes a violent implosion caused by gravity, a sudden failure or collapse of organization or system, a global financial implosion. These are all the examples that the Oxford Languages online provided for us in reference to implosion, and it just doesn't sound well. So it's like an explosion, but an introverted implosion. And we all know when you hold stuff in on the inside, it's not gonna end well. So that's just an example, but gosh, man, it don't even make sense to me. Only thing I can reference in the fact of implosion, maybe they didn't want to say what the obvious is, and this pretty much they were crushed from the outside in. That's what I can see. Okay, so maybe I just described implosion. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it because it's awful. It seemed like all of this really could have been avoided. An implosion, an instance of something collapsing violently inward. So that's the answer to my question. Oh, I really didn't want it to end this way. In Bing.com, I typed in the word implosion to get a better grasp on what it meant, and it pretty much said the same thing. But what I liked in the people also asked section, it said, what is an implosion in physics? First off, an implosion is a process in which objects are destroyed by collapsing on themselves. It is the opposite of explosion, which is a rapid expansion in volume associated with extreme outward release. The next thing it says, people also ask, what is a catastrophic implosion? A catastrophic implosion happens when a vessel under immense pressures collapses in on itself very quickly. On Sunday, the Titan with 5 men on board was about 1 hour and 45 minutes into, let me see if I can open that up and it can take me to, oh, that's where it stops. But you get the sentiments of it. Oh, wow. You guys, that's messed up. I didn't want it to end that way. My name is LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I really wish that didn't happen to these people. Signing off until next video. Thank you for listening.